like this. And when he did that, I was going, like, what? And so I shifted. But what happened was when I started to shift, this is what happens when you heal, y'all. As I shifted and became different and became more secure and became this, it changed the dynamic of our relationship. Because as the buffer he was sent to be, he had no more, his role was no longer relevant. And so guess what I was doing? Becoming different and healthy. And he didn't know how to facilitate that healthiness. As weird as that sounds. And I knew the best thing I can do, which would be a service to him and I, especially more to him, was to leave. Really? And let him be with somebody who I knew could just really be as good as he was, seriously. And don't get me wrong, I was very good to him. We just had those moments where he...
And you're in your 20s.
And he didn't have to, we're in my 20s, and he didn't have to learn. He just knew how to facilitate me. And so, yeah, that's what marriage is, though. If I would have married him.
But you didn't marry him, okay? Because you both knew it weren't going to work because he was saving you. And I want to let you know, listen, as a man, if you're listening to this, if you save her by compromising, I want you to understand about compromising your rules, your culture, and your standards. I've learned the hard way. Listen, I'm not the guy that's going to tell you this from a place where, you know, I'm standing on a high hill. No, bro. This is me telling you from my own experiences, and it's recent. It's not even like it's long. It's recent. So I'm not even telling you like it's a long thing. It's recent. So I'm telling you something that you must nail it in the cuff. Your rule RSC is this: your rules, your culture, and your standards. Okay, what rules you hold in your kingdom, what's the culture in your kingdom, and what standards you hold in that kingdom are so important for any woman to come into, because a woman's coming into your domain, your kingdom, if you're a good leader. And so what you need to understand is you must hold, because that's what gives the protection. That is what also upholds the relationship, so that when that person does heal, because everybody needs to heal in some area, right? Some need to do more than others, but everybody needs to heal. And when you do need to heal, right? Am I going to look at you the same way? The moment she healed, she said what? She no longer could look at him the same way, but she tried to put it on him like he could no longer accommodate her healed self because he didn't know what to do with her anymore. Really? So he was okay. So we can take two things from this. Either he was broken and he was dysfunctional himself, which some of you men are, and you must be called out because some of you are dysfunctional, and don't be always looking at women. Some of you are dysfunctional. Either he's dysfunctional, right, in the way he handled you, or you're not telling us the full truth about the story, because when you got healed, right, you didn't see him the same way. You didn't need him anymore. Rather than saying, oh, he didn't know how to handle you. No, you didn't need him anymore, because you realized that he was your buffer, and so when he was your buffer, he was just somebody who was, hogging up the time until you got to a place that you needed. Very much like men do to women all the time, right? That they always say that men are always doing this to women. Women do the exact same thing to men. Okay, and so the reality of the situation is he, right, quite as she said, was a buffer, but I think he was also dysfunctional, and that's why he never saw her dysfunction as a problem. Yes, he might have been. And so when women tell you the story, oh, he was so patient. No man who has standards is that patient, because he's not God. The only person who's that patient, and my lip gets dry a little bit, I can't even lie to you. I need to put some lip balm on. I can't lie to you. Listen, I don't care. I'll call out my own dysfunction out here. The only man who's that patient is God. See, and listen, because I'm going to do the final part of this video, which is talking about dysfunction, talking about high functioning versus low functioning, right? When I talk about it, it's interesting, because what you'll realize is that she wants to stay in that low functioning space. She wants to have the accommodation of that low functioning space so that she can move mad. And when I say move mad, what I mean by that is have the opportunity to move mad still. But the reality is, no, we're calling you to a higher standard. You can't move mad anymore. That season is done. You can't move mad. Come up. Right? When Jesus talks to the disciples, he said, listen, disciples, come up. Why? Because it's time to elevate. So I'm not going to leave you in that dysfunction. So see, when he saved her, right? When he saved her, it's easy to be like, oh, he should have elevated with her. No. She forgot him. Because she realized he was only good for a time and a season. Hence why I'm saying to you, stop accommodating the dysfunction of that woman. Stop it. It's going to cost you. You accommodating does not mean that you don't, that no one has dysfunction. We all have some dysfunction. But when you see it, correct it. When you see the dysfunction taking place It's not, oh my God, like, no, like, you just need to, no. There is lion and a lamb for a reason. There are times to be a lion and there's times to be a lamb. There are times to be passive and there's times to be assertive. And when you start seeing dysfunction, right, this is not the time, when you see toxicity, emotional abuse, as she put in the video, if you watch my other parts, we spoke about this, emotional abuse and even being emasculating. She was emasculating him. She actually admitted it, that she was emasculating this man. And you are going to be like, no, I understand where you're coming from. No, I don't understand where you're coming from, my guy. You know what I'm saying to you? Or even if I do understand, I don't accept it. No, I can understand where your dysfunction is coming from. That's the work that I do. I coach clients. And by the way, if you're going through certain things like this, listen, reach out to me. I've only got a few spaces left. Reach out to me. We're going to work on these kind of things. I don't want to see you with dysfunctional women and getting your heart broken and you're on red pill sites, crying about the fact that all women are this. They're not all women are like that. You're choosing the wrong ones. You need to take accountability and start choosing the right ones. The reason why you choose wrong ones is because you can't discern what's a good woman and what's not a good woman, right? You choose women like this woman here. No offense to her. I don't think she's the bad person. But when I listen to what she's saying, I realize that she doesn't want to come out of a dysfunction. She wants to be accepted for the dysfunction that she's in, right? Seemingly at that point anyway. She might have grown. So let me just say that, right? So, and the reason why I'm saying that she wants to stay in the dysfunction is because I watched her Cam Newton video and she said she wants a man as a hybrid. And I said, why does she want a man as a hybrid? And I said, oh, wait, if he's high functioning, why would he need to be a hybrid? Her definition of hybrid, her definition of high functioning should need no room to be a hybrid. You know what I mean? Another story for another day. I'll do another video on that, right? So yes, in this situation, I'm looking at it and going, okay, look, totally understand it. I hear what you're saying. But listen, when you save them, now she's grown out of what? She's grown up. She's like, I don't need you no more.
In which I don't want to be with him now, but he's an amazing guy. If I would have married him, that is the safe landing that I believe all women deserve. That part of him is what I want. That part of him is what I want my husband to have, is that I'm not leaving. All right, well, I guess we're going to figure this out. All right, well, so you still hungry? Okay.
Listen, when you're married, you should have that mindset. Listen, when you're married, I'm not going to lie to you. Listen, I'm not one of those guys who's going to tell you lies. When you're married and you've chosen the right woman who doesn't emasculate you, disrespect you, there are going to be moments and there's going to be times and seasons where you guys are not seeing eye to eye. Yes. Stay in the ring. Absolutely. You've chosen the right kind of woman. Stay in the ring. But when you choose a woman that's disrespectful to you, that emasculates you, that is rude and time. You understand what I'm saying to you? Time means time to go.
Okay, so, I'm getting in this bed.
Yep.
All right, well, so we both mad then. Okay, so we got tickets to the concert. Get dressed.
How many times have you been engaged, Cheyenne?
I've been engaged 4 times and I called off 2 weddings. So the first 2 were just engagements. We didn't have like the wedding plan,
Right.
save the dates, a dress. The last 2 I had wedding dresses, engagement party, bachelorette party.
Wow.
Okay, we got to ask serious questions 4 times. I'm not trying to shake anybody. Listen, I'm not here I'm not judging in that way. But I've got to ask the question. If we've been engaged 4 times, but first 2 didn't necessarily have wedding dresses, but second 2 we did, I'm going to start questioning discernment. And I think she likes dysfunction. I don't know if she's really honest about how much dysfunction that she actually likes to reside in. Now, we've all been there. Listen. It's not a judgment. I'm not here to throw shade at anybody. It is for us to look at it differently. This is not to create a gender war between men and women. I don't want you to be in that space. The moment you start getting into gender war, you lose sight of your actual goal. Your goal is to find somebody that you can love and they can love you. And when they love you, as a woman, when a woman loves a man, the respect that she gives you is different. You know what I'm saying to you? It's different. Yeah, it's different. You get what I'm saying to you? So I want to highlight that for you. I want you to understand it. I want you to deep it. You feel what I'm saying to you? I want you to really understand and deep it. So for me personally, I'm looking at that perspective. I want you to understand that what she was saying, don't fall for it. Okay? Listen, don't fall for it. It is your fault though, because you'll be accountable. Right? But don't try to save her and then think she's gonna stay. She ain't. When you Bob the Builder, they don't stay. In most cases. They don't stay. Because they thought they were better than you in the first place. And that, you will see that because, you see, when I say Bob the Builder, right, I'm not talking about a woman who needs, okay, look, do you know what? She's a bit rough around the edges. But you see, a woman that's rough around the edges, right, if she loves you, she ain't being disrespectful to you. If she loves you, she ain't disrespectful to you. If she loves you, she's not talking out of turn and being the wickedest with her mouth and cussing you and all sorts, right? You will see her trying to be better for you, right? Because you have to understand there has to be a little bit of healthy fear here. When I mean fear, what I remember this, not by your physical presence, but the fact that she knows that, listen, this kind of man will not accept this level of behavior. Look, whenever you lower the standard for people, people will lower the standard even more. When you watch sports teams, the teams that are successful are the ones that always say our bar is high. Every season, our bar is high. The teams that are at the bottom always have a lower expectation of themselves. God, I'm talking to myself. It's time to elevate. Listen, reach out to me. Listen, it's a time to get some coaching. Don't allow yourself to sit in a dysfunction with that woman. I'm telling you now, it will cost you. Elevate your level. I'm about to go and pray because it's crazy. I had a revelation. All right. Remember I said to you, don't change the channel because I turned up the heat. Don't change the channel because I turned up the heat. We've got part 4 coming. All right. Appreciate you guys. The locks are loaded. We want to see you guys as well.